Yo, yo, yo. What's up, people? Just want to record a very quick video. And this one is not specifically about, anything too in particular in terms of like trade setups or anything like that. This is just more me kind of giving my quick thoughts on the last couple days in the market. I mean, the chart is looking absolutely bonkers right now. So just want to kind of talk about, real quick, what I think is going to happen next, and kind of my plan. I know I sent out a tweet today, just kind of saying, listen, I'm getting a lot of texts about, da 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 from people, but want to buy crypto and shit. Just feeling a lot of euphoria myself personally because I'm up huge on a bunch of positions, and I can just kind of sense it on Twitter and in the market in general. So and from friends, family, etc. So just kind of want to really quickly cover a few things specifically about Bitcoin, and then I'm really quickly going to touch on Ethereum. Yeah, so obviously, since my video on Sunday, my Ethereum and chill video, we've seen a breakout again on Bitcoin. I talked about this area in the Ethereum and chill video. No. What are we looking at here? Yeah, I did. So basically on the Ethereum and chill video, we were watching these two areas here, okay? We were trading here, so 2 days ago, it was Sunday. We were trading right around here. And I basically was saying if this, right, then 17.4 was my target, right? Which was from basically just this high over here. Okay? And alternatively, I said if we come down and we take out this swing low, which created this new market structure high, then I'd look to short. So we broke out. Obviously, and we did get a retest here. This is a retest, right? So I'm not buying necessarily this candle, but this is a retest here, right? I know it just looks like one candle here on the H4, but if you zoom in, right, that's a breakout of the zone, and that's a retest of a bullish order block, right? It's not always going to look like the drawing, right? Like I said, it's going to be, I'm like, okay, I drew it on the 4-hour chart. I was like, okay, we want to see this. Sometimes you got to zoom in for more definition, right? But this strong candle led me to say, okay, I'm going to zoom in, right? Even on the hourly there, you got a very nice retest. Close through. New high here, right? We broke market structure to the upside. This is now bullish trend. What are you doing? You zoom in. You're looking to buy a pullback. You're looking to buy this. You're looking to buy this. You're looking to buy this. So I ended up getting long on this pullback right in here. So once we saw that 1-hour candle close here, okay, that's the hourly candle close, right there, made a new high. I longed a pullback into here, okay? I put my stop quite loose down here. Reality, I could have had my stop here, could have had my stop here. I kept it loose because the market's super volatile right now. I had it down here, said I don't think it's going to come back down this low if I'm right. And obviously woke up to being well in profit, and I've closed most of the position now for around 2.5 R. Still holding some, but this is just getting nuts, and I'm totally okay being wrong. Like, what I feel about this rally is that it is obviously different than rallies in the past in terms of just how heavily it's being driven by spot, not as much derivatives led like this rally. That being said, the sentiment is getting very close to what this rally was, or is at the level of this rally, because I was getting texts from all my friends who I told to buy here. Should I buy Bitcoin? Should I buy Bitcoin? Should I buy Bitcoin? How do I do it? I've gotten like 5 or 6 tests in the last 2 days. So feeling some similar vibes. I don't think we're going to see this, but I wouldn't be surprised if we see something like this, right? or a little higher and then a pullback. I'm not necessarily looking to short, but basically I'm running out of levels to pay attention to. I mean, honestly, I think between here and here, we may see some sideways. This is kind of potentially the last leg up. Again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 weekly green candles. Maybe we get an 8th, but I'm expecting some sort of large correction. The nice thing about that, and this is not bearish. I'm not bearish. I'm just looking for an opportunity to potentially buy some cheaper Bitcoin. Not bearish by any means. The nice thing about it is, let's say we go to 18.5 and we correct 30%. Okay, that still puts us at like $13,000. That's awesome, right? So I'm just saying anything can happen. These types of big corrections happen in a bull trend, right? These look small, right? But these are big corrections here. That's 30%. That's over 30%. That's over 30%, right? I know I'm being a little imprecise, but you get the general idea, right? So even though we're in the bull trend, we're uptrending, you can have these big dips, right? Lambs get slaughtered. There's no free rides. We are going to see a correction, in my opinion. That's just my thoughts. I could be wrong. This could be different. It could be different this time. But usually when my gut is feeling like this, I'm right. Not always, obviously. But I'm leaning towards us seeing some sort of sharp correction just to rinse a few people before continuing. So I'm not saying we're going back to 8K. The lowest I see us coming back is here. And I think the further we push up, the less likely this becomes. But as you can see, this entire area, this consolidation here, basically been nothing but green since we left there. That 30% correction puts us right back in to the top of this area. A larger correction puts us into this area. And I said this before, I'm buying the shit out of this given the opportunity. If we come anywhere close to here, anywhere close, I'm buying the shit out of it. I'm not saying we're going to. We could see this, right? We could see this. We could go to fucking 25K before we correct. I don't know. I'm just saying, I think we're getting close to a top just based on the sentiment on CT, the sentiment I'm gauging from friends and family, news, celebrities, all this shit. I think the music is going to stop soon. Not forever. Not like, I don't think we're here. I think we're, here or even further back, in one of these corrections leading into the fucking, I don't even think the parabola is close to done. But I do expect maybe one more leg up and then some sort of large correction and then continuation. I don't know if it's going to come this low. I don't know if the time lines up. I'm just saying that's kind of my thoughts on crypto or on Bitcoin going forward. So easier to articulate in a quick video than it is to, do charts and posts and shit. So just be careful. Obviously, what my plan is I'm going to be, I've sold some spot on the way up here. I have a part of a leveraged long open from that breakout trade. I'll be closing out of my any sort of leveraged positions I have going into between here and kind of all-time high and selling a little bit more spot. Not necessarily looking to short. I mean, if there's a short presented, I might take it, but we're talking, a very tiny short, 1 to 2% of my portfolio, nothing crazy. But more interested in just kind of taking some gains, right? I'm up fucking, 120% on some of my spot buys, right? Even more on some other ones. I posted on March 13th, right, that I'm buying Bitcoin. I bought some Bitcoin down here. I bought more in this entire way up. So I'm totally, and my plan was to sell months later. So that's what I'm doing. I'm just sticking to that kind of plan. Could we go much higher? Obviously, yes. And I'm prepared to take a small loss and buy back higher if it turns out to be the case. But I'm leaning towards sooner than later. Maybe it's days, maybe it's a couple weeks, but sooner than later, between here and all-time high for some sort of kind of top to form. Maybe we make a marginally higher all-time high and then top, or we make a slightly lower test of all-time high, don't quite get there, and then we top, and then we see some sort of large correction, shake some people out before we see continuation. Overall, I think everything is super bullish. I'm super bullish, but just be careful. Obviously, there is risk that, we do see some big pullback and you don't want to be caught holding the bag, when it corrects 20, 30%. If you're not trying to time the market, ignore this video completely, right? If you're just like, I'm in Bitcoin from, 3 to 6K and I'm holding till, 50K, great. Don't listen to me, ignore me completely. But for, people who follow me who are a little bit more, kind of active traders, I'm seeing this as an opportunity to potentially, buy the dip in the near future. So that's just kind of something I'm watching out for. I think ETH looks super good. I'm expecting ETH to fucking, this is a terrible chart of ETH. I'm expecting ETH. Yeah, like, I don't even know what the fuck all this shit is. Yeah, I talked about this in my Ethereum and chill video, right? I said, once we get through this, we're going here. And then ultimately, my target on Ethereum is there next. So, super bullish on that. This is about to, this is about to break out. But if Bitcoin corrects, right, this can correct too. So, you always have to be ready. If Bitcoin corrects super hard, I'm not saying we're coming all the way down here, right? But we could come down here, right? Or we could just fucking chad right up, right? So you got to be prepared for anything, but I'm just kind of sensing a potential buy the dip opportunity coming in soon in the form of a 20 to 30% correction on Bitcoin. I don't know exactly when, so I'm just going to be starting to scale out of some stuff and then, look to buy back on any sort of large correction. So I'm thinking, this is either the last leg or we get one more leg higher. Maybe a brief consolidation, a sharp pullback, but I expect it to be one of the pullbacks where, within a couple of weeks, we've completely, engulfed the move and gone higher. So just my very quick thoughts. Didn't want to make this a super long video or anything like that, but just saying be careful. I hope everyone's having fun, making some money. This has been an absolutely wild ride the last couple of weeks especially. Going back into October, obviously I know people were getting bored with the market a little bit and, it was doom and gloom and now we've just absolutely ripped face. So could absolutely go much higher before correcting. We could go literally thousands of dollars of higher before correcting, but I do think we're going to get a strong correction soon because markets just don't move like this. I know everyone's like, it's Bitcoin, it's different. Bitcoin is not different. Every time Bitcoin goes vertical like this, it has a huge fucking pullback. Vertical, huge fucking pullback, right? Even to the downside, it does the same thing, right? Vertical to the downside, huge pullback. Vertical, huge pullback. This is a huge vertical move, and it will absolutely see some sort of sharp correction, in my opinion, unless the market dynamics have changed completely, and this is just going to be a straight line to 100K. I'm leaning towards, that not being the case. I'm not saying we can't go to 100K. I'm just saying it's more likely to look like this than it is to just look like this, right? There's going to be little dips along the way, right? But every time it gets straight up, right? This is the most vertical Bitcoin has been since here. And what happened after here, right? Large correction. Vertical as fuck. Large correction. This goes back for as long as Bitcoin has been around. Every time it gets absolutely insanely vertical, right? We see a large correction. Right? Look at even way back fucking here. Straight up vertical, huge correction. God, imagine owning Bitcoin back here. Vertical, huge correction. So, in my opinion, it's coming. Vertical, big correction, then just continue. It'd be awesome, right? If we're here, right? If we're in one of these legs, this is a dream. You want this. I need that. So, just my quick thoughts. Just want to get this out there. Obviously, we'll be back with kind of a more longer form stream or something like that later in the week. Like I said, fuck, we just broke 18,000. This is in fucking sanity. So if you're not making money right now, I don't know what you are doing. My one concern is that people are still so exposed to alts, that they're missing out on this. So this is just going to continue to pump. But I personally think we're going to see some sort of, maybe a little bit of a pullback, another leg, right? Like my dream scenario on this thing, right, is like some sort of like, some sort of like little dip, right? Then one more big leg higher. Maybe it takes us to all-time high or just below or something like that, right? And then a big old dump. And then this big old dump is the one that you fucking load up, sell your fucking family, sell your dog, and you just buy the fuck out of crypto. And then we march to the fucking moon. Anyways, that's it, guys. That's all I have for you. Be back soon.